If you're leading a team, you know the struggle: missed deadlines, frustrated employees, and productivity shortfalls. The real cost isn't just lost time, it's thousands of dollars monthly due to misalignment. Today, I'll show you exactly why this happens and how to fix it, without micromanaging or another team building exercise involving trust falls. Have you done that one? Let's try something that actually works. Hi, I'm Vicki Kempker. I'm the founder of the Team Align Method and a workplace strengths coach. I help executives and HR leaders create teams that operate with ease instead of friction. After experiencing how misalignment derailed my own career, I developed a framework that transforms workplace dynamics and performance. Misalignment silently drains resources through inefficiencies you don't even see. This isn't theoretical, it's backed by research. Gallup shows disengaged employees, those misaligned with their natural work instincts, cost companies a third of their salary and lost productivity. That's for a $60,000 employee, that's $20,000 vanishing yearly. These losses multiply when team members' natural approaches work against their roles or create tension with colleagues. Meanwhile, aligned teams deliver 20% higher profitability. This isn't about behavior, it's about honoring natural work instincts. When teams operate from innate strengths, inefficiencies disappear and performance rises. Let me ask you a question. Would you enthusiastically rehire every member of your team? If not, why? Most leaders believe team issues stem from training gaps, motivational problems, or poor communication. But if those were the real issues, wouldn't your past efforts have fixed them? How many training sessions and improvement plans and assessments have you tried? Maybe DISC, Strength Finders, Myers-Briggs? Most leaders have a drawer full of behavior assessments that promised solutions but didn't deliver. Doing the same thing repeatedly and expecting different outcomes defines what? Let's say this together: insanity. The missing piece? Understanding that alignment isn't about behavior, it's about natural strengths. The real issue is misalignment between how people naturally work and what their role demand is. Imagine having to use a dull knife every day to prepare elaborate meals. No matter how much effort you put in, it's slow, it's frustrating, and the results are messy. Frustration grows, and that voice in your head becomes relentless. Why is this so much harder than it should be? If only I had a sharp knife. The truth is, it's not about effort. It's about the mismatch between the tool and the task. This happens all the time when people work against their natural strengths. Tasks require more effort, yet don't produce any better results. No training fixes this fundamental mismatch, and eventually burnout and turnover follow. It's like asking a fish to climb a tree, then sending it to tree climbing school when it struggles. We can give that fish the best climbing gear and motivational speeches, telling it to believe in itself, but at the end of the day, it's still a fish. When someone uses a sharp knife, the right tool for them, everything flows. That's the power of alignment. Now, I learned this the hard way. After being promoted to a director of operations of a growing agency, I soon discovered the role required constant research and analysis, something that didn't come naturally to me. Despite my best efforts, I struggled, and 4 months later, I was let go. Shortly thereafter, I discovered the Colby Index, which revealed why during my career I thrived in some roles and struggled in others. I wasn't let go because I lacked ability. I was in a role that worked against my natural way of taking action. I was working against my natural strengths, just like the dull knife example. This experience led me to create the LEAD framework, helping companies place the right people in the right roles to avoid the painful consequences I experienced firsthand. When someone's natural work style doesn't match their role, the constant struggle takes a toll despite their skills and motivation. Let's go over 3 scenarios. First, an employee who thrives with structure and is hired from their competitor. There should be a shoo-in, right? Not so much. This company doesn't have structure for the role, and you're just supposed to know what to do and how to do it. The unpredictability leaves this person scattered and eventually burn out. The problem isn't effort, it's a mismatch. Now let's look at someone who can never have enough information and they're placed in a role that demands rapid decision making. Without the proper research, they're forced into rushed choices, leading to mistakes that impact the team. They constantly feel like, I'm second guessing every decision that I haven't had a chance to fully evaluate it. But no amount of training can override how they naturally are wired. Now, the last scenario is an innovative problem solver who is placed in a standardized role with rigid procedures. Their creative energy has nowhere to go, and they find workarounds, and that disrupts workflows. This creates frustration between teams and leadership having to constantly intervene. These situations aren't about effort or ability, they're about alignment. Now, for hiring, matching strengths to role expectations means better performance from day one. For current employees, the insight helps leaders make adjustments. No amount of training will make someone excel in a role that's opposing to their natural style. So how do we create alignment? That's where the LEAD framework comes in. L stands for learn. We start by identifying each person's instinctive strengths by using the Kolbe Index. This reveals how they naturally solve problems and take action. It's not about their personality or their skills, but only their innate approach to work. E is for expose. This is where we uncover job expectations and natural strengths do not align and create friction points in your team. This step is critical because it shows exactly where adjustments will have the biggest impact. A represents align. During this phase, we focus the shifts to strategic and make adjustments based on the insights gathered. Often, minor tweaks create significant improvement in performance and satisfaction. This objective assessment illuminates where each person's talent contributes most powerfully, bringing clarity to organizational decisions that might otherwise be clouded. Now finally, D stands for drive. This is where aligned teams build momentum with rising productivity, stronger collaboration, and improved results. The energy previously wasted on working against natural strengths are now channeled into forward progress. When the right people are in the right roles, everything changes. Teams collaborate effectively, execution speeds up, and the engagement skyrockets. The transformation in organizational dynamics becomes evident in both measurable results and team atmosphere. This systematic approach transforms the frustration of misalignment into the confidence of having the right people in the right roles. And when the right people are in the right roles, everything shifts. Stalled projects gain momentum. Back and forth disappears as people work in their strengths. Turnover drops, saving organizations hundreds of thousands of replacement costs. And as a leader, you'll spend less time managing crises and more time on growth. Performance issues fade and team conflicts decline as alignment takes hold. Meetings become more productive instead of endless debates. Leaders shift to strategy instead of putting out fires. Stress decreases as natural work patterns are honored. Innovation thrives with more space for creativity and problem solving, and micromanagement disappears when teams perform without constant oversight. This isn't about the numbers, it's about unlocking hidden potential, recovered productivity, and new opportunities when your teams operate at its best. Understanding instinctive strengths isn't a nice to have, it's a foundation for long-term success. When people work how they're wired, friction disappears, engagement skyrockets, and performance thrives. This shift delivers results no matter the industry and no matter the size of the company. The first step to fixing your misalignment is understanding yourself first. Start with your Kolbe Index to uncover why some tasks feel effortless while others leave you drained. Once you understand your instinctive strengths, we can map your team dynamics and create a strategy for seamless collaboration. Let's get your assessment scheduled. Every day your team is out of alignment, it is costing you in productivity, retention, and missed opportunities. Taking this step will give you the clarity to transform not just your team performance, but your approach to leadership. Imagine finally having clarity on what's been holding your team back, along with a clear path to fix it. Again, I'm Vicki Kempker, and I'd be honored to help you implement these insights in your organization. Contact me by email, phone, through my website, or this QR code. Let's talk about how the team aligned method can transform your team's performance and create sustainable results.